Can we stop talking? Can we stop thinking about your last recruit? Can you stop thinking about your last check? The past is past, my friends, because vision is ahead. Vision is never past. It's so good. Today's vision, my God, listen, I have too many things to say in a short period of time. I can speak on vision for 7 hours. Yes, maybe 8 hours. Maybe I'll have a whole shift speaking about vision because there's so much things to say. But I'm going to divide into two separate parts. The first part is vision for yourself, and the second part is vision for you as a leader. Let me tell you why we're going to talk about vision today. You see, I truly believe, my friends, that it really boils down to vision. Now, a lot of people talk about vision like it's this foo-foo thing, that these minds and goals, and no. We're going to really break it down today. We're going to refine it. We're going to tweak it. We're going to make sure it's good to go. And here's what I want to tell you guys. You see, the only reason for the past 5 years I have done well, and it wasn't always like this because I'll share this, is because of vision. You see, I want you guys to understand, because of my missing vision part, I didn't recruit anybody for 6 months. I made a total of $500 my first year in the industry. But then something changed. Something clicked. I decided that I'm going to have a breakthrough. Hence why we started with I will have a breakthrough. And in 6 months, I got to 6 figures. It took me a year to struggle. But 6 months changed everything because I understood what I needed to do, right? I understood. See, I'm going to bring 3 separate stories to 3 separate people that inspire me to do better. And hence why I told you I speak different than everybody else. I love history. Does anybody love history? Drop history in the chat. The problem is I love history and I almost failed in history in school. But that's besides the point. I love history because it teaches us a lot about leadership. Stories, they teach us a lot about leadership. 3 people that I really love. Number 1, Julius Caesar. Does anybody know Julius Caesar? See, the reason why Julius Caesar is Julius Caesar, because before Julius Caesar was called the Roman Republic, after Julius Caesar was called the Roman Empire. 2 separate things, my friends. A republic and an empire is 2 separate things, and an empire that lasted for thousands of years. Yes, my friends. Number 2, gonna talk about Mehmed II. See, Mehmed II, he was a leader in the Ottoman Empire, right? And he was the person that took over Constantinople at 21 years old. I said it, 21 years old. And number 3 is Khalid bin Walid. He was one of 3 warriors that never lost a battle and defeated the 2 biggest armies in the world, being the smallest person. And he was called God's sword. And he never died in a battle. He just died like a normal human being in bed. How crazy is that? And we're going to have some examples. And now, I may just put my own stories. Listen, I'm not yet, listen to this, yet to where these people are. But I know eventually I will be there at one point. And I know if you're on this call, you will be there too. So affirm it in the chat and let's go. Drop let's go in the chat if you guys are ready to rock. You see, I want you guys to start with this. And write this down. Momentum is developed by pointing for a better day, and momentum is drained to what it might have been. That was sweet. That was a good punch to start the call. See, momentum, my friends, is developed by pointing for a better day, and momentum is drained. Listen to this, drained to what it might have been. See, a lot of us, what we do is we keep thinking of that better day. I'm going to do this, and my vision is big, and I want to do big things. But what happens is we drained it of, I should have done this better. I should have done this. In the past, this failed, so I shouldn't be redoing this today. Hence, this is what happens, right? And I'm going to give you 7 thoughts. 7 thoughts that will refine your vision, will refine it. And really, really important for you to put down. And I truly believe you should label this as focusing on the future. Because number 1, we're going to focus on future as an individual. And number 2, we're going to do it as a leader. So let's go with number 1. See, number 1 is you reveal your potential by where you focus. Whew. You reveal your potential by where you focus, my friends. Because if you focus on yesterday, that was your best day. How many of you guys know people that keep talking about their success in 2007? How many of you guys know people that still talk about their success in 1994? My friends, I was not even born yet. Like, can we stop talking? Can we stop thinking about your last recruit? Can you stop thinking about your last check? The past is past, my friends, because vision is ahead. Vision is never past. Stop thinking about your failures. How many of you guys feel like you host an event and nobody showed up? How many of you guys really talked to 100 people and nobody showed up? That's in your past, my friend, because you reveal your potential by where you focus, and you focus on the past, you will forever be there. I swear to God, I feel like I signed up in this industry 5 days ago. Not 5 years ago, 5 days ago. 5 days ago, I remember like it was yesterday, the day I signed up. I was excited. I saw something. I don't know what it is, but it was something. I'm pretty sure when you signed up, you saw something. I don't know what it is, but it's something. You saw a life better than the one you have right now. You saw a goal bigger than the one you have right now. You saw a dream better than the one you saw right now. And the problem is that when future comes fast, is scary sometimes, isn't it? Future comes fast. It's always scary. And I'll never forget this day. I'll tell you guys a story. I remember when I first got started. I was really trying. Like, I was trying. Has anybody ever tried like so hard, and then you just look around and everybody's having success but them, and I'm like, is it me? Am I the problem? It's like, I'm trying everything I can. I'm doing what the mentor is telling me. I'm doing what the uploads are telling me. I'm trying to go out there. But it doesn't seem like it's working. And I'm trying day and night. And a blink of an eye is 6 months, and I see all these people. Well, I've been here for 1 month and I've made $1 bazillion. And I'm looking at them like, swear to God, I've been here for 6 months and I haven't even made $1. And you know, when you're in the business for so long, people come to you and be like, oh, well, I haven't seen you become a millionaire yet. Well, I haven't seen you do something big yet. Well, I haven't and you just want to like, like, and sometimes they get into your head. And sometimes, unfortunately, it's close family and friends, isn't it? Let me know if that happened to you, or somebody, friends or family, they just out of love told you, are you sure about what you're doing? Because they don't see your vision. And after 6 months, you look around like, well, nothing changed. After a year, you look around, well, nothing changed. And sometimes we lose sight of that vision. And that leads us to number 3. And I truly believe that was a main reason why I didn't have success my first year. Write this down. A double-minded focus depletes energy. You see, my first year, my main issue is I was focusing too much on the money, and I wasn't focused on the activity. And I went to my mentor, and I'm like, man, I don't understand. I'm doing everything I can. I'm trying to recruit people. I talk to people. I'm calling people, and nobody's moving. I signed up some customers, and I barely made $500. I probably spent more than I made this year, and I don't understand it. He's like, Rakan, you're focused too much on what you have made and not the activity. And because you have focused on too much made, you have a double-edged focus. Hence why you're not going to get to where you want to be. And he said something I'll never forget, and I want you guys to really write this down. The most tiring exercise is carrying yesterday on your back. Wow. The most tiring exercise is carrying yesterday on your back. Wow. And that leads us to number 4, my friends. My family, my friends. I'm calling y'all my family, my friends, because you guys are my family and friends. And I'm really trying to... y'all enjoying this so far? We haven't really started with the training, but are you guys excited about this? Because I'm still getting it. Wait till we talk about history. Y'all gonna enjoy that. Let's talk about number 4. See, number 4 is, until you believe in yourself, you won't believe in the future. Let me explain. And let me share a story. Let's talk about Julius Caesar. How many of you guys know Julius Caesar and know their story? Some of you guys do, some of you guys don't. But let me explain to you what happens. You see, the great thing about Julius Caesar is before he was there, It was the Republic. After he was there, it was an empire. Big difference, my friends. And let me quickly give you a rundown. You see, Julius Caesar was nobody, right? He was raised in a normal family, and he kept moving up the ladder in the army, and he kept fighting and moving up and moving up. And the reason why they had a big enemy is called the Hercules. Yes, we look at Hercules like he was like and he was like some guy that we idolize. But by the way, he was an enemy to the Roman Empire, the Roman Republic at that point, actually. And Julius Caesar was the reason they killed Hercules. And understand what happened here. Rosh, understand. He became so popular within the Romans that he became a part of the Senate, which is the government at that point. Because nothing really can run outside the Senate. There's like a government, and they can vote for everything that happens. And it was the upper society. Nothing can happen in that republic without the Senate saying so. And at one point, he was the head of them. But he didn't have much control. And he felt like he lost himself. And he felt like he was just rebuttaling these politicians, and he didn't like it. So guess what he did? He went back to doing his day one activity. What was Julius Caesar famous for? Expansion. So he went out there with his army and expanded the Roman Republic. Expanded. And every time he conquers somebody, he sends money. He sends gifts to the Roman people, and they start loving him. They cannot wait. You know how long that lasted? 10 years, my friends. 10 years, my friends. My friends, let me repeat that. A decade, my friends. And after he came back, right, he started running the show. Now, the long story short, but that's how we have the month of July. July comes from Julius Caesar. How crazy is that? Now, that, my friends, is somebody that believes in themselves and believed in his future. Let's talk about number 5. This is going to be a really good one. See, number 5 is losers yearn for the past and get stuck in it. Winners learn from the past and let it go. Woo! Let me repeat that one more time. Losers yearn with a Y. Yearn for the past and get stuck in it. You gotta Google that word. Yearn. Get stuck in it. And winners learn from the past and let go of it. Let me tell you a story about another general that I love. His name is Mehmed II. You see, Mehmed II is the guy that took over Constantinople at 21 years old. You see, Mehmed II, since he was a kid, he was with his dad at war. And he told his dad, one day I'm gonna take over Constantinople. Even when his dad lost that battle. See, his dad tried to take over Constantinople. He couldn't figure it out. His grandfather tried to take Constantinople. He couldn't figure it out. But you know what happened? He was the reason. And you gotta understand that a lot of generals at that point, they were stuck on, the past army. Did you guys know over 100 armies tried to take over Constantinople from the Byzantines, and they couldn't figure it out, and they kept losing? And by the way, when Mehmed II was actually attacking, he lost over half his army, but he never lost sight. He never lost sight of the vision until he took over Constantinople. And by the way, Constantinople is Turkey today, which is technically still owned by the Ottomans, which is Turkish people. How crazy is that? We're talking hundreds of years ago. Hundreds, I said it. Because how many of you guys know people that are still stuck in their past? Oh, well, I talked to one prospect and they rejected me. And they put this rejection on every single person they talked to. See, I was at an event recently and I was talking to this lady and she's telling me, I'm talking to people, but they're all afraid that they're going to lose money, that they're not going to do well in business. And I said one thing and she couldn't respond after this. I'm like, are they afraid they're not going to make it, or are you afraid they're not going to make it? See, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes it's us projecting it on the prospect. That's what it is. It's us projecting it on our leaders. That's what it is. And we'll talk about the second part is about leadership, but I want you guys to understand that this part is very important. See, number 5 is very, very key. And that leads us to number 6. See, number 6, it's better to construct the future than to varnish the past. Oh my Lord. Let's take a minute. Let's really take a minute to think about that. Think about what I just said. Because I can give you all the skills today, my friends. My family, listen to me, please. I've done this well. I've done this well. Because you didn't create 76-figure earners in 12 months, not understanding this point. You have to construct the future and never varnish the past. Because it's key. It's key. And here's number 7 and the last point before we talk about leadership. The future is that time where you wished you have done what you're not doing now. Let me explain that. Let me explain that because some of you guys will be like, whoa. See, the future is that time where you wished you have done, listen to this, where you wish you have done what you're not doing right now. How many of you guys believe that there's something missing right now that you're not doing and you're blaming on something else? You can be completely transparent. Let me know in the chat. And it's okay, by the way. It's okay. I do the same thing. It's the same thing right here. We're human beings. It's fine. You see, it's important for me to know my mistakes and be aware of it than be not aware of it and just not acknowledge everything and just say everything is good. Everything is not good. I gotta work on me. I gotta work on my vision. I gotta work on the things I need to work on because that's how I'm gonna get to where I need to be. And it starts right now. You see, some of you guys don't understand that the work right now that you put in will show up in 3 years. Like, I know 100%. I've created one of the biggest organizations in the Middle East because I put that vision. I put it a long time ago. I put it right here. This is 2017 book. My Middle Eastern team came 2021, and I wrote down, and I'll never forget this day. I wrote down envisioning right here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I said, I see myself. Look how small I was thinking, man. Look how small I was, my friends, look how small I was thinking. I said, I see myself envisioning. I talked about this. I see myself making $150,000 a year. My Lord, I make at least tenfold that. Tenfold that. And I said, by launching my team in the Middle East in the best way possible. That was 2017, my friends. 2021, we signed up 30,000 people in the Middle East. It's been my dream. It's been my goal. My baby. I think about it every single day. I talk about it every single day. I spoke it into existence because I put a vision to myself. Because the vision has to be in me before it's onto people. I wanted to inspire people because that's where I come from. That's my homeland. That's my country. I wanted to help people from my own people to get them to say a better life. Because I know network marketing is the best way. Is the best way. So I started doing what I had to do at that point, but it took 3 years for it to come to existence. I started talking to air people 3 years ago, and they couldn't figure this out. But I knew I'm gonna put the seeds in right now. I had to put the seeds in right now. I had to put it in right now because I knew it was gonna come at one point. It's coming. Whew! I'm getting emotional talking about this, man. How many of y'all are feeling me right now? My friends, it's so real when you put that vision out there. It's so real. And sometimes you just don't know what you don't know. You just don't know what you don't know. Anyway, let's switch to vision as a leader. And let me know in the chat if the first part made sense. Because you have to conquer within before you conquer out. Awesome. Let's talk about vision, my friends. Here we go. And some of you guys are going to listen to this and be like, I've never heard this before, because it's the truth. You see, the foundation of a vision is reality. People think of vision as what it could be, what it should be, what it hoped to be. I'm a poet right now. What it could be, what it should be, and what you hope it to be. But the first responsibility as a leader is to develop a reality, because that's what vision is. Because you have to launch on a solid ground. You have to know where you are. Because write this down, a lack of realism today costs credibility tomorrow. If you are a leader and you lead people, it is your it is your absolute responsibility to have that on solid ground. And I'm sorry to be the bad guy. I'm sorry to be the person that breaks the rules. I'm sorry to be that person, but it's reality. You have to be real. You have to get the reality. You can't be just dropping nonsense to your people, because I promise you, you will lose your credibility. You can ask your brother right here. I almost did that, and thank God I had a mentor be like, oh, you got to stop doing that, because that will cost your credibility tomorrow. I had to be less hype, more honesty. Less hype. Write this down. Less hype, more honesty. Because if you use reality as a foundation, 3 things are going to come out. Write this down. Number 1, a situation. Here's the reality of things. My friends, things are going to be worse than you think. Things are going to be worse than you think. You think, you know when we achieve our dreams in the boardroom, we're going to do this on a Zoom room. We're going to do this, and we're going to do this, and we're going to go through $1 billion. It's going to be through some struggle, my friends, and you have to let them know that. Right? Situation. And after a situation happened, you got to understand the process. Because number 1 is situation. Number 2 is the process. The process is longer than you think. I know you think, let's go 90 days, let's go 90 days, let's go 90 days. And yes, let's go 90 days. But my friends, it's going to take a little bit longer than 90 days to achieve your dreams. You have to push in the activity for 90 days. To scale down everything. So you can scale up everything. So number 1, situation is going to be worse than you think. Number 2, process is going to be longer than you think. And number 3, the price is going to be higher than you think. My friends, everybody would have been rich at network marketing if there was not a big, high price you have to pay. And I'm telling you these 3 things because it's the truth, and I will die sharing the truth, because the truth will set you up. Dropping this out. The truth will set you free. And when you put that expectation onto your leaders, I promise you, they're going to respect you 10 times fold. Yes, you can put that hype, but have that expectations with them, so you don't lose your credibility with them. Let's talk about the second point. See, the energy of a vision is the response. The response you get from people controls how much energy the vision is going to have. We're getting into the good stuff right now. The response you get from people controls how much energy the vision is going to have. The response will be determined by 2 things. Write this down. Number 1 is the message. If you look at any religion in the world, there is a message. And number 2, there is a messenger. Number 1 and 2. If you look at Judaism, we're talking about Moses. If you look at Christianity, you look at Jesus. You talk about number 3. Islam, you talk about Muhammad. It was the message and the messenger. And I want you guys to understand that vision casting can be done by a communicator. Vision convincing can only be done by a leader. Vision casting can be done by a communicator. I can hire somebody to talk about my vision, but vision convincing is only done by a leader, my friends. Because guess what? People buy into the leader before they buy into the message. Now, let me tell you how you can do that, and let me help you. I've done this really, really well to create the organization that I have today. I may be bragging a little bit, but I learned from history. Julius Caesar did the same thing. Muhammad II did the same thing. Khalid bin Walid did the same thing. All great generals in the world in the past history have done these same things. Number one, identify the people. You gotta know who you're talking to. Identify who you're talking to. Understand, right? Number two is find the common ground between them. Understand who you are sharing the vision to. Have a common ground, right? Because change always becomes reality in common grounds. You have to look at what unites everybody. That's what a leader does. How can you unite, right? Number three, good. You have to get good in relationship with people. And that happens through practice. That happens from learning about people. That happens by genuinely being interested in people. Right? Number four, you have to breathe vision into them. And breathe vision into your vision. Sorry. You have to breathe life into your vision. I'm speaking about vision so much, I'm forgetting what I'm talking about. You have to breathe life into your vision. Number five, you have to speak positively about your vision. Number six, you have to speak from the heart about your vision. Number seven, you have to learn how to make the intangible tangible, my friends. Number eight, you have to listen first and listen often. Wow. Let me repeat that one more time for you guys. Number one is identify the people. Number two, find the common ground. Number three, get good with people. Number four, you have to breathe life into your vision. Number five, you have to speak positively about your vision. Number six, speak from the heart about your vision. Number seven is make the intangible tangible. And number eight, you have to listen first and listen often. This is so powerful. So powerful. And if you're taking notes, write this down because it's very important. See, leaders take the vision from me to we. Me to we. See, Julius Caesar, he wanted to help the Roman people. And yes, maybe it was for his ego, to conquer more land, but he knew how to unite his army, unite his leaders. He knew how to turn that me into we. See, I'll never forget this day, and I'll tell you guys a story. I knew when I started getting good at this, when people start sharing my vision on social media and me just watching from the back. See, I've shared my vision so many times. I kept saying it and repeating it over and over and over and over and over and over again, up until it became reality. I kept saying we're going to be the best. I kept saying we're going to be the biggest. I kept saying we're going to enhance and we're going to grow and we're going to develop and we're going to change. And guess what happened? That happened. That happened, my friends. Now, here's the thing. Here's the issue. It didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen over a month, nor 2 months, nor 3 months. It happened over a year, 2 years. And I want you guys to understand that it's going to be the same thing in your group. See, it doesn't matter if you have no people or if you have people. It's the same thing. So let's talk about if you have no people. I want you guys to speak your vision into existence because you're going to be attracting the people that you want. You see, I wrote down on that. I wrote down here that I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm attracting the leaders that fit into my organization that will blow up my organization. And I spoke it. That's a vision, my friends. That's vision, my friends. I knew the kind of people. I'm writing them down. I knew who I want, and I repeated it over and over and over again. And I want you guys to do this exercise. And I'll give you guys an assignment at the end, but this exercise is really key. I write it down. Write it down every single day. Every single day, right? Every single day is one of my goals. And I'm going to give you guys an assignment at the end, so stay tuned for that. Every single day, my friends. Why? Because it's different. You see, the average person writes down their goals once a year in the beginning of the year. I write down my goals every single day. Who wins? I hope it's me. Let me know in the chat who wins. You win. You win. Drop I will win in the chat, man. Let me just drink something because I'm. Let me see the chat. Come on, y'all. Good. Very good. I'm really sweating. Guys, I'm enjoying. Are y'all enjoying this training so far? Because if not, we can just... Y'all liking this? All right. Cool. Cool. Let's move on. You see, leaders take the vision from me to we. And let's revise everything we kind of mentioned in more details. Number one, the foundation of a vision is reality. Number two, the energy of a vision is the response that is given. And number three, the success of a vision is the resources. Now, what do I mean by resources? Rakan, what do you mean by resources? What resources do I need? Just hear me out. Before you attack, hear me out. You see, vision without resources can never be accomplished. And it's the truth. And here's three things. Number one, it's plan. Plan, my friend. See, let's talk about plan. You see, failed plans are never failed visions. Failed plans are never failed visions. And I want you guys to understand, how many of you guys have planned something and never happened before? Let me know in the chat. And I'm guessing that's a lot of you guys, because that's including me. How many of you guys have planned something that did not work out the way you think you wanted it to be? There's two things that happen when a plan is not working for me. Number one, everything happens for you, not to you. And we're done. Everything happens for you, not to you. So that's important. I gotta revise it. Because plans are revised, visions are refined. I hope y'all wrote that down. Plans are revised, vision is refined. That's all. Right? I'll never forget it. When Khalid bin Walid was fighting the two biggest armies in the world, the Roman Empire and the Persian Empire, together against a small general that doesn't have a lot of people. He planned one thing and he figured out it's not gonna work. He said, let me change that, because the plans are revised. He figured out I had to change. You see, a lot of people think, let me this plan, and I'm gonna do this plan until it works. That's not always the case. Sometimes you have to pivot. Sometimes you have to change, but you never change the vision. You gotta be stubborn with the vision, but flexible about the plan. Stubborn about the vision, flexible about the plan. I'm telling y'all, stubborn about the vision. The vision is gonna happen regardless of what happens, but sometimes you gotta be flexible with the plan, because everything happens for you, not to you, right? So he had to revise the plan and learn and get real strategic about how he's gonna beat these two armies. And you know what he said? Just so I show you guys the level. I want you guys to look at the level of leadership, the level of vision he had. He said in front of his entire army, he said, I'm happy to die as a warrior today. Wow. He was willing to die for the vision. Now, don't be I'm not being extremist, but you see, history is history, my friends. He said, I'm happy to die as a warrior today. What does that say for a leader? What does that say as a leader? And guess what? Because he said that, his people were so empowered. They went all in, and guess what? To this day, people talk about that war. To this day, people talk about how Khalid, one man, defeated two of the biggest armies in the world. Wow. So vision without resources can never be accomplished. Number one is plan. Number two is people. My friends, I've had so many leaders talk to me and talk about plans and goals and visions. And I'm talking about, well, how is your people? Have you picked your people? Where are your people? You have to be able to lift your people up, because that's what a good leader does. In all means necessary. By the way, that doesn't mean slowing yourself down. That means finding the right people. Because sometimes right now you're running, and I'm telling you guys right now this is going to hurt, but sometimes you're running with the wrong people, and the wrong people will tear up your vision because they're not on the same length. And sometimes you have to be able to let go even if they start with you, because sometimes people that start with you, they're not the people that are going to end with you. I don't know how many people are going to tell you that, but it's the truth. The vision of the team you start with is not always the vision of the team that you end with, my friends. I know I'm the bad guy today, but it is what it is. I'm breaking all the bad news, I guess. But it is what it is. The people. You can't accomplish a dream of a 10 with people of a 2. So you got to revise the people. You got to learn who you're working with. You got to put people in power positions. And last but not least, my friends, is money. I said it, money. Remember when I said in the beginning, price is higher than you think? See, there's 2 parts of that price. Number 1 is effort. Number 2 is money. See, I say a lot of leaders, unfortunately, they don't talk about this. They think they can freebie their way into a big organization. You see, I have spent every dollar in the beginning of my career to better me. You guys already know this because you are in the accelerator, but you got to understand there's people outside of the accelerator that want this. I have spent money on events, even when I didn't have it. I have spent money on books, on courses, on development, because I knew one day it's going to pay off. I had to spend some money into branding me, branding my organization, branding who we are, so I can attract the right people. And my friends, guess what that takes? Money. That takes personal success. Because when you're having personal success and you're enrolling people and you're helping people, guess what happens? What happens is you start making money. You take the money and you reinvest it into your business. That's how you grow your business. That's the only way. See, I see a lot of you guys, oh, well, let's spend only 5% of our check into our business. What are you talking about? And I'm sorry if this hurts some of y'all feeling, but it's the truth. Some of you guys are not spending enough money into your business. Now, I don't know what the exact percentage is, but in the beginning, you have to put back. And it's a lot. Stop making $500 and putting $250 in your account. It doesn't make sense. Put the entire thing back because it's an investment. And I promise you, it will times 1,000. It will times 100. Easy. It will times a lot of money. So my friends, we talked about 2 separate things. Personal vision and leader vision. You see, when you understand the first part and you really put that together, right, where focusing on your potential is, not focusing on 2 things, because we said double-minded depletes energy. Believing in yourself, not getting stuck in the past, constructing the future, doing the things right now that you wish you want in the future. And then the leadership vision part is getting realistic. Getting realistic, my friends. Because that's the foundation. Number 2 is the energy of the vision is the response that is given. So make sure you're receiving that response. And number 3, the success of a vision with the resources. Now you combine the first part and the second part, you will have a vision that nobody can break. And this is why I showed you guys this book. See, this is my present book. This is my today book. Right here, I write down my journal. What's happening in my life today. And what's going to happen in the future. As if it happened already. Number two, the gratitude. I'm every day I'm grateful for something. Doesn't matter if I'm grateful for this water. I'm grateful for the leaders that didn't join my team, but they are gonna join my team. I'm grateful for the organization. I'm grateful for the leadership that's showing up in my organization. And last but not least, my goals. I'm so happy and grateful. Now that I'm speaking my goals not into existence. I'm speaking them like it happened already. See, if you take this is the present. Let's look at the future. Sorry, let's look at the past. This is what happens into the past. I put a check right here, ladies and gentlemen. And I wish I can show you this check, but it says $1 million by 2025. I made my first $1 million in 2021. You see, life is fast. I talked about it. Life is fast. But I put it out there. I see it every single day all over my house. So here's a couple assignments for you. That I want you guys to see. My guys, I wish I could show you guys this. I wrote right here, I have the biggest momentum in my team in the company. This is 2017, y'all. I had no team. Y'all. And guess what today? I have the biggest team in our company. It's because a thought, a vision I saw a long time ago. My friends, I wrote down here my dream car. Or my first dream car. You see, sometimes your dreams can change. They can elevate. But you gotta write this down, right? You gotta write this down. Here's what I ask you guys to do. There's two things I want you guys to do that are really, really important for your business. Really, really important for your life. Number one, I want you guys to write down 3 separate things. The first part is your journal. How you feeling? How you doing? The second part, I want you guys to write down what you're grateful for. And the third part is your goals. Try to do that for the next 3 days. Watch how you feel. And make sure within your goals, you're writing it in a vision way. And even what you're grateful for, you're writing the future. What you're grateful for, even if it didn't happen yet. The second thing I'm going to ask you guys to do is take a picture of that. Take a picture of that and send it to some of your leaders. It may be scary. Rakan, I don't want to put in my gut. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be important. Take some of that and send it to your leaders. I know 100% some of your leaders will catch the vision. Some of them won't. Whoever catches it, run with these people. Because these are your people. These are the people you want to run with. These are the people you want to take control of. These are the people that are going to build an empire with you. Because I believe 100% if you are a part of this group, you will build an empire. And I'm telling y'all something with the vision that I had in 2017 when I got started. It's not even 1% of the vision that I have today for myself, my organization, and the industry in general. You see, in the Arab world, we don't have Mr. Air Korea, unfortunately. We don't have Arabic speakers that are really trying to help this industry like what you guys have. So my job is to create that for my people. That's how big my vision is. And I pray to God that today I have inspired you in a word, I have inspired you in a sentence, I have inspired you in anything I've said. And if so, I want you guys to make sure to remember me when you're going out there and helping a lot of people and having a lot of success. Like that kid Rakan taught me some history lessons and showed me something about vision. And I'll do something that I know will help a lot of you guys. I've been getting asked since the last call that I've had with the accelerators. I've been asked for a lot of one-to-one calls mentorship, and I've done some. I can't do a lot, but because the accelerator, I want to be able to give back and give back and give back. So if you're doing this assignment, I want you to take a screenshot, send it to me on Instagram, the Rakan Khalifa, and I will choose 5 of the best, and I will make sure I have a one call. Listen, I don't sell anything. I'm here to help. I'm here to support. I'm here to inspire you. Like one day, Mr. Eric Corey and all the leaders in the network market have inspired me to do more. I hope you can do more. And with that being said, my friends, it's been an honor and a pleasure to be with you guys. Sandy, thank you so much for everything that you've done. And for everybody that listened, thank you very much.